That's insane. See,
that's a lot.
You can't just sit here and skip over this. It's like, okay, I have a company that I created an AI to make this fitness app, which is why we had you on to talk about this fitness application. Okay. And now we're over here talking about DeFi's and talking about how you're gonna recreate the real estate market.
This is crazy.
We need to.
Right now, I have also the real estate idea I showed you. I told you, right? So
wait, say that one more time.
Real estate idea.
Okay, yeah.
So
kind of like the Zillow thing, but it's with blockchain. Is that what it was? Was it or NFTs or something like that?
Yes, that was one idea, and I already had created the small blockchain, but we are also thinking, like brainstorming right now, that we can create also the, like you can say, Coinbase for real estate. Rather than companies, you can partner, or like if you want to invest money in real estate, right, you can directly invest X amount of money, let's say $5, right? If you want to invest in the certain capital, you can do that too. Right, so basically in short term, Coinbase or Robinhood, right, for real estate. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So like right now, if you wanted to buy or sell a home, you would find a real estate agent and then go through that process. What would your process would that be like?
So right now what we're planning to do is we're planning to collaborate with the capital firms, right? Mostly like smaller to the bigger firms. So what they do is they can use the investors' money, right, because they have an entire team who see how the market is going, and they can they're not only investing on the particular area, but they can invest on California, New York, entire United States. Right? So they analyze the entire market, which market is on which level, because the real estate are basically the county wise and zip code wise market change, right? So yes, so based on that information, they can invest proper money to buy and sell the houses, right? And because they want to buy and sell a house and they have an entire team, right? For example, if I want to invest in real estate, my limitation is I only know the Huntsville market, right? And to be frank, for example, if I'm a new investor, I go to learn entire, like for example, 6 month entire learning process, right? To go to invest, to see how market works, and then like invest money rather than just that saving that 6 month invest upfront.
Is there a limit? Is there like you have to have this much money?
That entire legal process we are still figuring out. So yes, like what are because I just talked with one of the real estate agents, and there are like 5B and D law in the real estate, right? So that like all the legalities right now, we are still in the process to understand like what are the legal process required, right?
So how is this going to be different from say a REIT, which is a real estate investment trust, where you invest and then another entity takes that money and then does that same thing, buys and sells homes? So
yes, there are a lot of this type of markets, but the main problem is they require minimum like $1,000, $1,000, or maybe one company we just came across. They you can invest minimum $10, right? But you have to invest in the particular houses, right? So investors.
Oh, yes. I think I did see that. What's that called?
I forgot the exact name, like Capital or something like that. I don't know exactly.
Is this Creator Capital? Creator Capital?
Maybe.
That's maybe. This is Ryan Pineda and Graham Stephan. They're both YouTubers, and Ryan was a baseball player, and they're both big in real estate.
Oh yes, I know the game. Yeah.
And so they were considering, so like both of them have built, a good bit for themselves, and set themselves up to a point where they're looking at either going into a syndication or doing, you know, something on that level.
Explain
And they
to
were
people
like-
what that is for those that don't know.
Well, I'm going to let you guys Google that one. Syndication. But basically...
you pulled it out. I don't know
But
what it
listen,
is.
so they're
just
but they're not doing a syndication, and so the way that they're doing this is they're structuring it so that there's going to be like these main people who are going to be the ones that are overseeing the deals, and there's going to be people who can invest with them.
Yeah.
And the thing about investing with them is you have to be accredited, which means you have to have a certain net worth and you have to have a certain amount of income per year or whatever.
Yeah.
And so you have to be accredited, and then when you invest with them, they go and buy the house, and then when it appreciates or they're renting it out and they get rent, then you get a check from that.
And is that what the capital thing that we were talking about? Is that what you'd have to be an accredited investor to invest with credited capital?
Yes, with creator capital.
Creator capital. Okay,
Yeah.
so you'd have to be an accredited investor to put your money into that.
Yeah.
That's where his thing comes into be. You might not have to be accredited.
And so it's more similar to, so like that, it's on a big level where you have to be accredited. You know, it's something where there's many groups like that do things like that.
What's your net worth? What do you have to? What is your portfolio?
I think you have to have $1 million. And you have to have like a annual income of something. I don't know what it is. I think it's 500,000 or something.
Oh wow.
And so and you can get accredited.
Or like 250 or something.
Something like that.
And also, like, I assume that they also have a track record of the deals, like successful deals.
Of course.
In the past,
Yeah.
right?
And so they'll have things that they can show people. And so this is like one of those investor relationships where you really build the relationship, you know, where you're going to the property, you know. So like in other ways that you could invest in real estate, and there's so many different ways, and that's one thing that really draws me to real estate is because that there is so much mobility moving around within that, you know. And so if you're starting out, you can start out as an agent, and then work your way up to become, you know, a person who's investing in houses, if that's the goal, you know. And then after that, you know, like the options of what these guys are doing. So like, you know, Sean, with our like investment group that we do, you know, one day it'll be similar to this, where we take in other people's money and then we put that towards the common goal.
Right. The difference is the scale. If it's just like we have a investment group of, you have to either have a minimum of $500,000, or you have to be a friend, or you have to be recommended into the group type of thing. Like maybe with yours is like, oh, I want to be an app on everybody's phone that everybody can get into, and that is a big difference. And that's, you know, maybe the difference between $1 million and $1 billion thing, you know. Which I respect to you, man. You know, that's crazy.
And I mean, also like in the real estate, one is credibility and second is accessibility, right? So how much?
Yeah, credibility is a big thing. When I give you my money, I better sure it's safe.
It's safe. Because you not invest your money in like anyone's account, you know. So that credibility, like history of the track record and all that, should be accessible to the other people, right? So that they can see, okay, my money is going to the right channel. So that's one thing. And the second thing is, like as I mentioned, like we also adding the blockchain technology into the buying and selling entire process, right? So like combining first like low investors to the big investors, right? That bridge, and also the big investors to the buying and selling process, to accelerate this process and acceleration of this process, the entire combination of the buying and selling houses and making profit for the middle persons, like big investors, capital firms, and also the individual persons who are investing in this capital firm. So basically this entire process can be accelerated in the like super fast manner.
What's the real estate thing called?
We haven't decided yet.
No,
we are still like brainstorming areas. I mean, that's why they're talking, because like this is like entire PropTech, like property and technology. Right? So they call PropTech. Right. So this is very new because all the cryptocurrencies they called FinTech, right? And they already are a crowded market right now. Right. Getting into that market is really challenging, but PropTech is coming new, right? Because always in the property, the technology combination is it's first of all challenging, right? So entry of barriers kind of high, and also not a lot of people are there. Right. So we are figuring out right now that what is the right direction, because there are two aspects, and which aspect we should have first target, right, and then second, right? So that's what we are figuring out right now. Either we should start investing in terms of time in the blockchain acceleration, or the people combining with the capitals in that area. So there are two segments which we have to start first. That's why I'm going to the PropTech conference next week actually, to see also not only this investor area, but there are a lot of other companies, right? They are accelerating entire house building, right? So in the entire supply chain, there are a lot of other companies. They are adding technology in that areas too. So we are still figuring out what is the right way to go into the PropTech market. So.
Gotcha.
So hold on real quick. I'm getting tripped out. So you're doing this company, right? But yet you're going to New York for investors in your other company, right? Are you still pushing the other company?
So as I am a serial entrepreneur, right? What I mean with serial entrepreneurs
Are you configuring this idea into be this new thing, or or is it two separate entities?
Right now there's two separate entities.
Wow.
Yes.
See, that's insane. See,
that's a lot.
You can't just sit here and skip over this. It's okay, I have a company that I created an AI to make this fitness app, which is why we had you on to talk about this fitness application. Okay. And now we're over here talking about DeFi's and talking about how you're gonna recreate the real estate market.
This is crazy.
We need to. I just had to clarify that because I'm sitting here okay, he's talking about this, right? But isn't he going to New York talk to investors for this? Huh?
So that's why I go okay. Most famous example, Elon Musk. He has a Tesla and SpaceX. They are very different companies.
Oh, yeah.
Right? He was running same two companies, same time.
Right? All right.
Cars and rockets, they are two different things. Entirely different, right? Still, he was running the two different companies at the same time.
Yeah.
Right? They go serial entrepreneurs. The reason is most of the business stuff is the same. Right? Technology is different. Well, in my case, the nearly same computers, computers and user interface. But most of the companies, the business stuff, right, they are generally same.
Right.
Rather than rather than starting from the only one, why not parallelly two?
Yeah, there you go. That works.
I'll tip my hat to you, good sir.
If you feel, yeah.
Oh, you know work, why? Sorry, go ahead, Dylan.
I was just going to say, if you can make that work, then kudos.
I know, so people get overwhelmed, and I get overwhelmed with things that I do. It's but you're sitting here I got bored during COVID. I made an AI, if I'm going to have one company, I might as well have another one as well.
The thing is, main thing is finding the product market fit for any company, right? If you have product market fit for one company, right, you can easily market that your one company, right? And as long as you have one product market fit, you understand what is a mentality to get that, okay? And because of that, you have, let's say, second company on your back burner, right? Now you have one company is up and running, right? You can maybe automate entire process, right?
Right, yeah, it's a machine. Yes. Once it runs itself, it runs itself. You just have to make sure it doesn't break.
Yeah, and now you know the equation to get there, right? You can apply the same concepts and strategies on the second company which you have on your back burner, now you put on your front burner. Right? Yeah. So.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Listen to this guy. Like, y'all take notes.
Yeah.
So that's like because like also the other thing we have to keep in mind is in any company, right? The pivot point is like if you think that it's not like your product is not meeting the customer requirement properly, you have to tweak your product, right? And also it also function of time and market, right? Because in the coming future, if we face a recession, right, all the highly luxurious things not gonna be sold properly. Of course, like fundamental things will sell, but very luxurious like Lamborghini, right? No one gonna buy a Lamborghini in a recession because like it's hard time to like survive, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're already seeing it. Things are happening in the Rolex market that people, I mean, it was expected, but we didn't know when. You know, prices are starting to drop, and you know that's it's a sign.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
a sign. I mean, like even not only like luxurious products, even like houses. Like I was looking like 2 to 3 years ago in Huntsville, there are housing prices are like going down right now. You know,
Yeah.
So like after let's say 1 or 2 years, you're gonna see a lot of houses for sale, right? But like that's why the key thing is like fitness never gonna go. People want to stay healthy. No, it doesn't matter what, right? Yeah. So that's why right now I am investing my time, half time in fitness, like FITAI, and half time in real estate. The real estate is kind of back burner right now because I know that it's not a really right time to get that in the front burner, but fitness is the right time. It always, right? So that's why fitness is gonna be the front burner unless I am automate that. Once I automate that entire company, like keep rolling, right? Then I'm gonna put the real estate on front burner.
All right.
So yeah.
Well, let's talk about that front burner right now. What's up, guys? This is the What's Next podcast, and today we are sitting with a man named Kris Patel, and he has got a couple companies going on, and we're excited to talk to him about specifically FITAI, and we'll talk a little bit about the other things he's got going on. So, welcome.
Right, thank you so much, guys.
Of course.
It's good to have you on.
Yeah, it is.
Thanks.
So we've got a list of questions, and let's just start with, so you just graduated like 2 weeks ago, and you just mentioned that you got offered a job. Congrats.
Thank you.
So let's talk about how your education led to that, this job,
So
and what it is also.
So basically, I got a job in a company called ANSYS, right? Basically, the ANSYS is a simulation company, so you can pretty much design any machineries or anything technically. Like you can design rockets, cars, even like skateboards. You can design anything, right? And also, this company do the analysis, right? So what I mean by that is like stress analysis and all the fluid analysis and all that kind of stuff. So, and also like they have now new cool products where they are adding the AI, specifically digital twin technology. It's like you can say next step of AI, right? They are adding that technology into the entire simulation process. So this is basically what the company do, which I'm gonna join as a employee. And my role is application engineer too. So what I do, what I'm gonna do is mostly dealing with the customers and getting their requirements and developing the integrated system with the subject matter experts, right? So basically, as you can see, the system engineer type of job, right? So that's mainly I'm gonna do. So
Gotcha.
Yep.
Cool. So basically, you're gonna be the one that is in charge of all of the systems going on, right?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, the communication between the customers and subject matter expert, right? Because different subject matter expert, they know particular things, but the combination and making into one bigger system to like package delivering to the customer, like that entire package gonna be the entire process which decided by me.
Gotcha. So from the 1,000-foot view, this is going to help with your, learning about running the business,
Exactly.
and all of that for FITAI and then the other ventures, right?
Because it also like first as I'm gonna deal with the customers,
Yeah.
right? It will help me to understand the customers properly, right? And also it will help me to understand how to manage people.
Yeah.
Right.
That's very
Yeah,
good.
because that's like in the company, two things are most important. First is the customers; these are always important. And the second thing is the employees and how you manage people in your company and creating the culture of the company. Right.
Right.
That's the second most important thing. So this job, I'm thinking that it will be helping me to understand both of that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's talk FITAI. Can you give me the brief overview of FITAI?
Sure. So FITAI is the basically the fitness application, right? Which use artificial intelligence to do two things. First is right now we are under the process of developing the calorie tracking and recommendation for the foods, and in the future it will also adding the feature where it will suggest you what type of exercise you should do based on your body, right?
It learns over time.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
So AI is like it learns over the period of time how your body reacts on the, like for the first month when you start to exercise to the like 6 months, right? How your body is reacting based on what type of exercise you are doing. Based on that, AI also change over time.
So would there be personal input on the user to say, hey, this is what's going on right now when I do this workout or whatever? Would it be something like that?
So I mean, the inputs AI see is like how your body, like the first is
You take pictures, videos.
yes, you can do two things. So first is every time you go to workout, you take the picture, right? So and also you plug what your weight is, right? So based on your height and weight, right, it will extract the particular information like what is your fat ratios in your body, right? Body fat, what is your body fat, and based on your height, because that is a function of your height, right? So that can be height automatically captured from your picture, right? So that is one thing. The second thing is when you do exercise, right, it will monitor what is your body structure is moving, right? And also if you're doing the wrong exercise, it will suggest you. So what we are thinking right now is we are adding the voice outputs, right? For example, if you have headphones, right? So it will tell you, okay, if you are bending much, it will tell you bend like particular angle, or like you're bending much, or your back is bending high.
Oh wow! So you would like set your phone up while you're doing the exercise.
Yes.
And it would tell you, oh, you need to go at this angle better. Okay, that's
cool.
Wow, that's interesting. Wow.
Yeah. So it's basically like personal trainer, right?
Wow. Okay,
yes.
I see what you mean. So it literally comes down to be a personal trainer where it tells you what to eat,
exactly.
tells you how to do the workout.
Yeah.
So is there gonna be some type of charge? Like, how do you make money on this? Like ads on the app?
So mostly right now we are planning to make a subscription based.
Subscription. That's what.
Yes. We are planning to deciding the $5 or $7. Like I think $5 for the basic plan and $7 for the premium plan. And in premium plan, you will get all the body tracking, right? So in the basic plan, we are adding the nutritions, right, and the taking a photo and monitoring the changing the AI based on AI for your nutrition, because it will determine based on how your body react that your food consumption will be changed over time, right? So that's going to be on the basic plan. In the pro plan, we are planning to add the live sessions, right, as a personal trainer.
I see.
Yes, yeah. So that's gonna be helping you, of course, in diets and personal trainers to like make sure that your body structure, because when you do exercise, you want to make sure that your body posture is the accurate all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you messed up with the body structure, it will negatively affect you over the long period of time, right? So you don't want that.
No.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So that gonna be also the important aspect which we are adding in the pro plan, basically.
Gotcha.
And this is a
Cool.
good, cheap alternative to physical,
Exactly.
to
Yeah.
personal trainers, because personal trainers are not cheap.
No.
I know. Yeah. So this, I mean, it will. Yes, you can say your personal trainer is in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because you got to think like this. At the end of the day, a personal trainer is still going to be superior, but it's just that not everybody has access to that.
Exactly.
You know.
And like, see, if there is a personal trainer, this is enable you to do exercise anytime, right? Yeah. For example, if you want to exercise at, let's say, nine in the night, I mean, you can do that because it's like independent of time.
Oh,
right?
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because like most of the, let's say, professionals, right, they don't have time in the day, right? They come out of the 5 to 9 to 5 job, and then
Mhm.
after, let's say, they rest for 1 or 2 hours, then if they want to exercise at the night, it's really hard to find a personal trainer who trains
That's
you,
true.
right? Yeah, because after the like generally is flexibility of time.
That's a big thing. I didn't
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
about that. That's
Yeah.
major.
That's really a big thing, because that's mean like our target audience are mainly most of the youngers, right, who are in the college, right. Also, they don't have a fixed time schedule because classes and exams and all that. So they are like super important for the time flexibility, and all the professionals basically, right, who
Mhm.
has a fixed job, and they are free mostly in the night or very early morning, right. So these are like time constraint, not able them to hire personal trainer, right. And if they want, they charge you a lot of money.
Mhm.
So this is a really efficient alternative for them, basically.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So, like when considering competition in the industry, would you consider brick and mortar gyms as competition, or would you consider just personal trainers as competition?
I could say that
Because gyms provide something a little bit different.
Because people
right?
go to the gym and then they're gonna go.
It's
I would go to the
yeah.
gym and then use his app at
Yeah.
the gym.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a complement with the gym.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
The
yeah.
gym is not a competition.
Okay, so Huntsville, that's where we're at right now.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of gyms.
Yes.
How is it that people in Huntsville are going to find out about your company? Because this is going to be something that anybody in the world can log on to the internet and find.
Yeah.
So, are you using the Huntsville basis as a positive?
Yes. The main reason is considering Huntsville as you can say the starting point, as the main reason is the community is really active right now,
Mm-hmm.
right? And also like Huntsville is growing in terms of economy and in terms of like technology, and
Right.
a lot of younger youth people or professionals, they are coming outside like inside the Huntsville from all around the globe, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's the main reason that we have a very thriving community who is adaptable to new technology, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have really adaptive market, right? So I think it's a really nice place to begin with. And the second thing is, as I told earlier, like our main focus is the school students and professionals, and we have like huge populations for that
Mhm.
right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So and they all require very healthy like lifestyle,
Mhm.
right? Which is again time independent, right?
Mhm.
So I think that's really right place to start the like the making the first move, right, and going forward from Huntsville to Alabama and
Right.
United States.
Yeah,
In the future, maybe world.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
So,
But if you're moving, are you still going to be pushing it here? Or are you going to be pushing it in Virginia?
I mean,
Do you have a team here?
Yes, I have 2 students actually. They are also UL students, right? So we have like, because this is software development, right? So we can do remotely.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. So mostly I'm gonna still like pushing in the Huntsville, and of course parallelly I'm gonna promote the application in the Virginia too, but the primary source will be the Huntsville to begin with, basically.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's good.
So let's talk business model. You're talking about other people working with you. So this is gonna require other kind of employees.
So right now, other 2 people are, one is like the UI UX designer,
Mm-hmm.
right, making things like user friendly, right, and the second person is mainly the focusing on the marketing basically, right, and the person who is managing the UI UX, he has really good experience of, because he has already experience, like he was as a freelancer, he was taking the videography and editing of videos and making the like logos, right, for the customer. So he has a very rich experience for I think around 4 years. So he gonna be working on the front end basically, right? So making like application, like all the buttons and the smooth transition from one screen to the screen, right? So all that kind of concepts. And the person who is managing the marketing, right, he gonna be the like mainly focusing on the like indirect marketing, right, like first of all directly talking to the people and promoting directly, or using the Google ads or that type of like indirect marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's gonna be working on that area, and my portion mainly on the first of all making the entire product, right, back end, managing the all the security, because the customer security is very important, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, our application is working on the Google Cloud, so it's already backed by Google. So until and unless Google is not hacked, we are good.
Yeah.
And and I'm hoping that it never happens. So
Yeah.
so Google is like our main security. So all the users' information is stored in the Google Cloud, which is secured by Google. So all the like when you took photos and videos, all they go to the Google Cloud services, right? So it's stored in the Google Cloud, right? So it's not so cybersecurity is very strong in our back end system. So that is handled by me on our back end, and of course like running the making sure that all the features, the deciding factor of the what type of features we need to add, right? What feature we need to work on, like all that also handled by me. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. So earlier you mentioned you're bringing in investors.
That's what I wanted to play onto that. What were you
Yeah.
going to say?
I was gonna ask. So right now you're raising capital.
Yes, we pitched our idea to the Boeing Business Challenge. We got the right now I think $2,000 from them, right? And also we are planning to pitching the ideas to the one other we are what you call that is like it's similar to Shark Tank. It was happening in the Huntsville. I forget the exact name. Yes.
I'm not familiar.
No, I was like, I forget the exact name. Basically, the main Shark Tank concept that is happening in the Huntsville.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
That's really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
I want to find out about
Yeah,
that.
really.
I'm gonna tell you the name of that.
Yeah.
Entire like organization. I think they call it as a river tank or something. So
River tank.
yeah, it's like Tennessee Valley. So
And you got
Yeah,
you got a little bit of money from that, or have you been
no,
on there
no,
yet?
we are planning to pitch the idea
Oh,
on
I
that.
see, I
Yes,
see.
yes.
So in total, how much are you trying to raise?
So right now we are planning to minimum raise for $80 to $100,000 for 10%.
And that's what
10%?
That's what I wanted to ask. So, is this money you're raising? Are you planning to put it mostly into the UI, or are you planning to put it into marketing?
Mostly it's gonna be on the marketing side,
Right.
right? Because the product development it will be not that expensive,
Okay.
right?
Because you're doing it.
Yes, I'm doing that, and we already have AI for that, right? So we already created that AI, so that entire product development is not much.
So it's mostly marketing
Yes,
money now.
It's
Okay,
mostly
I
the
see.
business side, right?
Yeah.
So all the mostly money will go to the business side and customer acquisition, right? Because product development is not that difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean it was challenging, but it's already developed right now.
Right.
So we
right.
don't require money channel on that area now, right? Because we
Yeah.
already have a product upfront.
Gotcha.
Right.
So with that, 80 to 100,000 for 10%, that's with that $1 million valuation. So what does that consist of?
So the thing is, we are replacing all the it's kind of disruptive technology. We are replacing all the private fitness instructors,
Mm-hmm.
right? So think about it, what is the market valuation of all the private investors?
But think about what's your current sales? Any sales?
So right now we are not we have the all the calorie tracking is done, and but we are right now training the AI for that. So we are still under the development.
Oh, I see. I see. So it's not even live.
No, we are planning to launch first version, which is calorie tracking, mostly the next month,
Okay.
right? Yeah, and then increasingly adding the AI stuff in that, because right now it's under the training process basically.
Mm-hmm. So do you have overhead?
Sorry.
Do you have overhead costs, things that you have to pay out before you pay yourself?
Yes, because I mean, mainly I worked on the AI and calorie tracking, but it was basically the software development, right? So, the basically founding the company, and I mean, this not minor. It was not a major investment basically, right? But mostly it's not much overhead actually. You can say max $2 to $3 grand, not more.
Per
Because you have
per
to
month
pay
or per
for
year?
you have to pay for Google Cloud services and
Oh
things,
yeah.
Okay, so that's interesting. So Google Cloud, up to I think 1,000 customers, right? It will not charge anything.
Wow.
It's like Google Cloud service
Cool.
is pay by using.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
It's a PAAS.
PAA model, right? Yeah. So pay by using, right? So if you have more customers, you pay more, because when you have more customers, you will generate automatically cash
Yeah.
flow, so you can pay from certain amount on that. But right now, because 1,000 customers, it will be free for Google Ads.
And
Google
then when you
Cloud.
get to that point, it's not really going to affect you because you
Exactly, yeah. At that point, it will not affect me at all to give maybe 0.1%, right, to the Google Cloud. So, and the cool thing is, after we can also use the Google Cloud has their own also AI. We can add, because up to that point, 1,000 or 1,500 customers, we can use the AI Google Analytics basically, right, to combine with our AI, right, to see now how the AI changed by using Google Analytics. Make sense? So combining the two AI into the one system, right? So we can, for example, it is giving you the food recommendation, right? Individually. Google Analytics, for example, we have 1,000 people. Google Analytics say, okay, X amount of food is going up for all the people. Like, for example, Apple,
Oh
let's
my
say.
god! So you're telling me you could sell this information to other companies
Ah.
for millions? Because that's what people do. Is data selling? You're about to
Yeah.
sell my data, dude, and you're about to make $1 billion off of it. I hate
No,
you.
we are not trying to.
This guy. He's like, oh, we're gonna sell your data.
No, we are not trying to sell that data to any customer.
Oh, not that data
Oh,
specifically.
okay.
No, but like we can see that how the customers react and how the AI is reacting, and like it's basically the cross verification of our accuracy of the AI by using Google Analytics, right? Because ultimately, let's say it tells you that eat more burgers for all the customers. Our AI is not good. Yes, we want to make sure that our AI is also going in the right direction.
Okay, so
Right?
that's good that you can track your AI recommendations.
Exactly, because like if you don't track that AI is itself is growing in the right direction or not, I mean, the whole main point is the AI is not working.
I mean, yeah, you would think you could be able to keep a lid on you make sure it stays in the right direction because it does change. So you got to make sure it changes to be good. I guess wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, it's like that thing where you got to
It's like a
change with the
baby.
times, kind of thing. You know? You
Yeah,
got
I
to.
mean, if
It's-
you're going the wrong direction, okay, you're not good. Now we have to figure out what's problem in our AI.
Right.
What's causing problem, right? So we want to make sure that it's like accurate, right? So that on that point we can see that okay, what is the Google Analytics data shows us based on that information we can evaluate our growth of AI basically, right? So yeah, that's important. That's where the Google Cloud Services really shine basically at that point in time.
How long have you been giving your AI data
So
or data farming or whatever?
yeah, I mean, I think at least 2 to 3 months. I was training like in between like last yeah. So I was training from January to March. After that, I was a little bit busy in the school because I mean managing the school and company is really challenging task. So I was working on my master thesis, but after that, I think you can say 3 to 4 months right now on the development of AI. But it's still required because like I download I think 17 GB of only fruits.
Wow.
Only fruits. Okay. Yeah. So
And it just would look at the
Holy.
pictures of fruits.
yes, exactly. 17 GB. So like thousands of images of all the fruits.
And it would label, oh, this is a grapefruit, this is a strawberry.
Yes,
this is
exactly.
I see.
Right.
I see.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
And you're just on the fruits still, right? Oh my god.
Jeez.
Yes.
And you got to think you're gonna have to do every food, dude.
That's why I'm telling you. No. Like it's containing all the fruits you can imagine.
Oh.
Not only in the United States, if the fruit is like growing in the Japan, yeah, it contains that too.
What about the foods I can't imagine?
Is there space berries on there?
Yeah, exactly.
There's like space berries.
I don't think so.
It's gonna have
show the
everything.
AI. I'm gonna like make a fruit that's like a cursed image, and I'm gonna show the AI, and it's gonna be like,
And
it's
I
gonna
mean,
freak out.
okay, so for example, like it's not so Apple, right? It's not have only one image of Apple. There's all the angle of it.
Right, exactly.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah, top view, bottom view, all the angles, 360 degree, right? And so it has all the angles. So
And the colors, the
and
different
the colors,
colors.
yes, exactly.
But what if I showed it a banana, right? But it was red. Would it still know it's banana?
We are training yellow and green as banana.
Okay.
So
Because typically bananas are.
So what would it think?
Not
so it would
red.
get confused. It wouldn't know what it is.
sorry.
Would it get confused? Would it be like maybe that's a carrot because it's or something?
Okay,
You know?
it will. So the food recommendation, right? So basically, it will like you're not showing them the fruit. It is like AI. It suggests you to eat particular fruit.
Oh, so do you put in the
Right.
food that you eat, or does it just
Oh
recommend
yeah,
you
you do
food?
both way.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
you do both way, right? And putting the food, right? It's like so. What we are doing right
Oh,
now?
I see. I kind of see. Sorry, I was thinking you were doing something else with. I thought you would continue.
Yeah, you are also like okay. So AI works on two way. First is you can take your picture of the food, right? And it will suggest you, for example, if you're banana, right? Or let's say if you're eating orange, okay. So if you take a picture of orange, right? First it will show you orange, and on the decremental level, it will suggest you 90% this orange, 60% is apple, like that. Okay. So based on that information, you can select that. Okay, yes, AI is detecting the right. So basically, it's called object detection, right? So it detects what is the object you are eating, right? It will give you how much percentage accurate is from AI is. And if you select orange, it already has a back end information how much protein, carbohydrate, and all the calories are in orange.
So it can tell you what your meal is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes,
Cool.
That's
exactly.
I like that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So based on that information, it will detect. Okay, this is calorie you're eating right now. Okay, and over the period of time, it's your goal is because it asks you in the front that what is your goal, right? If your goal is to losing the weight, it will tell you, yeah, keep eating orange, right? But if you're eating burger, it will tell you, no, now it's time to eat some fruits.
That's funny.
Okay, yeah. So
But
based
people
on
have to be willing to change, because if I want to eat a burger and maybe I take a picture of it and the app tells me, oh, you need to eat fruit, maybe I'm just not going to listen. You know
so
what I mean?
yeah,
You
yeah.
have
I
to be
mean,
willing to
no,
do
no,
this
no.
stuff.
So first of all, if you want to eat burger once or two, it's okay.
Yeah,
But if
yeah,
you're
yeah.
eating, your goal is to losing 10 pounds, and if you're eating burger every day, I mean, it will tell you you're going the wrong path.
Yeah.
Prices are incentives. So if you're paying for something and then not using it, I mean, tons of people do that, but you know, I guess for a fitness thing, it would be a little bit different. You know, you're
Yeah,
paying
if
for it;
if
it's
you're
going to be on
paying
your
for it,
mind.
Yeah.
You
might as
know.
well.
You're going to be like, it tells me to eat a steak, and I'm a vegetarian.
We were
Like-
talking about
I'm sorry.
the gym business, and how like a lot of people get gym memberships right at the
Yeah.
start of the year. They don't
And
ever
they
show
don't go.
up.
And that's what's
that's what
It's
you're saying.
crazy.
People,
Yeah.
that's what people do.
Yeah.
That's what people do.
That's
man.
true.
It
That's
amazes
true.
me.
And that's what's crazy about the difference between your business model and the model of most of these gyms. Because most of these brick and mortar gyms, the thing that they're trying to sell you is what they can, what they have to offer, which is the equipment, the space, the showers, that whole thing,
Yeah.
the experience.
Mm-hmm.
And you're offering a completely redesigned way to fitness.
Yeah, basically,
It's really cool.
It also like motivates you
Mm-hmm.
to like. It also not only giving you the product or experience, but they're also showing you at which trajectory you are going, right?
Yeah.
Because
People like to see progress.
yes,
Mhm.
exactly, and you can literally extrapolate the information. For example, you're eating surplus calories, right? It will show you like next 1 month what is your expected weight is,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Wow.
Yes.
So it can kind of predict.
yeah, it can predict like it's basically the simple extrapolation, right? It can predict that based on your track record. If you keep going on this direction, you're gonna hit on like say
Mm-hmm.
more rather than losing 10 pounds, you're gonna hit more 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so it will like push you that oh this is bad,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yeah, so you are like kind of internally motivate you to go to the gym and follow all the dietaries which is suggested by the system, to make your main fitness goal, basically.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So let's zoom out real quick.
Okay.
You are just graduated from college.
Yep.
You've got a real estate business that is technology driven.
It's currently in the back
And you
burner,
call
but
it
Yeah.
and it's in the sector of PropTech.
yes, in the PropTech. Yeah,
Okay.
we are still like brainstorming the ideas on that particular business.
Yeah.
It's not like
So is
Right
that
now
property technology?
yes, PropTech, yeah, property
Okay.
technology. Yeah, we are still like on the development, like not a product development. We are on the like finding the, as I told, like product market fit, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are right now finding that need.
Yeah, the development.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So we are on that PropTech. We are on that side. Yeah.
Right. So, PropTech, FITAI,
Yeah.
recently graduated.
Yeah.
You just got a job.
Yeah.
I mean, so much. So my question is, 5 years from now, do you think? I mean, this is a lot.
Because you're going to be back on in 5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be back on probably before then. But let's say you are back on in 5 years, where do you think you're going to be then? Or sorry.
Yeah, no, that was my question.
Okay.
Good job on that.
I didn't want to. I was like,
That's
did you
right.
say something else?
Well done.
So, like, your question is like, in terms of financially.
In terms of the
Mentally.
business, all of that, whatever
Okay.
you think 5 years from now, the way that you see yourself, describe that to me.
Like goals.
So, 5 years from now, of course, I want to see my both companies are up and running, right? Generating the positive cash flow, right? Improving the
You would hope.
millions of people's life, right? That's because like the main thing is the starting any company, right? First is of course like most of the entrepreneurs are like making the money as in the capital and all that finance stuff. It's also always lucrative, but also for me, like I see how much people's life I'm improving over the period of time, right? Because like I think that business is not only generating the positive cash flow. Cash flow is important. I'm not saying that, right? Because it's basically the fuel for the company, right? But the lifestyle improvement for all the customers, because see, we are targeting the so first is the health and second is the living, right? Was putting the roof on your top, right? So these two industries are the most important as any human, right? So I want to improve that, and so from 5 years from now, I want to see that how like at least 1 million people's life is improved, right? From by using our products. That's also the main goal of mine, and
I like that.
yeah,
That's it's an interesting philosophy, and it's really cool hearing from people like Mark Zuckerberg at Facebook, who when he was founding the company, he had one goal amongst all of his employees, and that one goal was echoed throughout the entire that phase of the company. And I like that. 1 million users. That's that one goal that you can stick to. And if it comes before, it comes before. And if it's later, then it's later.
Yeah.
But it'll happen, you
Yeah.
know. And it's having that one goal of saying, this is going to happen.
yeah.
That you don't have to be where you have a list of things that you want to accomplish.
Mhm.
You have that one goal,
Yeah.
And so it's a useful technique.
Technique.
know,
It's
yeah.
like making the Northern Star, and
Right.
you are like going on that
Yeah,
direction, right? Yeah, it's like giving you the proper direction that like you're like what's right now and what's my goal is, so you can go on that particular direction. Yeah.
But so this company that we're starting, we're partnering with, like I told you earlier, we're partnering with a woman named Jenny Askins.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, Jenny runs a company called Toronto, which takes they take locals on tours. And so they do the tours throughout Huntsville, they do the Ghost Walk, and they do a lot of events. And so what we're going to do is we're going to partner with her, and we're going to put on events for college students.
Oh,
And this is, in the development processes, just the same way yours are.
yeah.
And so this basically, the goal behind it is to create an ecosystem of these college students, because like you said, there are so many college students in Huntsville that nobody knows about. Like, everybody flies under the radar. They do their own thing. And when you think about, like, one thing that I brought up the other day was, if you look at the population numbers of Auburn compared to here, it is almost the exact same. Auburn has about 30,000 students. Huntsville, with the 5 colleges that we have, it is about 25 to 30,000.
It's just spread out.
Right. It's really spread out. And Auburn, you think of a college town, because that's their whole thing. And so we want to create a smaller version of that and a Huntsville version of that.
I see.
So we want to bring a ecosystem of college students to downtown Huntsville. And one thing that Sean and I have talked about before is there are so many things that you can do in Huntsville, and it's really it's sad how frequent it happens, is that so many people will be like, I have nothing to do. There is nothing to do here. And that's kind of the thing, is we want to break people out of that. We want them to say, oh yeah, my college is actually having a concert tonight, and it is people who, are locals, and there's going to be tons of people, and it's going to be a good time. There's going to be food and drinks. We want to be the people who make others talk about us like that.
Right. And that's what we want to do. We want to all have a good time and stuff, but the main goal is the networking too. Because it's like, if we all have a goals, like, all right, I want to achieve success, I want to do these things, and I'm sitting here alone, but I know that there's this function I can go to where we can have some, some drinks, or we just have a good time or whatever, and I can sit and talk to other people that want to be successful.
Right.
Dude, I'm gonna go, Yeah.
And
that's what it is, and that's what we want it to be. So
exactly.
And, the other thing is, like, I see you guys are doing is much more valuable. The reason is the students, they need a voice, right? They need, like, I see them, a lot of engineering students, we are afraid to talk to people, or they have, like, low interpersonal skills, right?
Yeah.
When they attend your entire gathering and events, right, it will also flourish them to talk to people who are driven, who want to be successful, and at the end it will help all the entrepreneurial mindset students, but also the students who just want to go into the normal path and want to get a job. When they grow their interpersonal skills, it will help them in their interviews.
It's very true.
So,
and we're going to be focusing on that a good bit. So, like, we're going to be creating, and I'll tell you more of this off camera, but we're going to be creating a board of directors that are going to be students from these schools. And so, guys, if y'all are watching and y'all think that y'all would be interested in participating in something like this, we're going to be creating a board of directors, and it is going to be 2 people from each school. And so the way it's going to work is these 2 people are going to be the ones who market the events. They're going to be the ones who sell the tickets at their schools. There are going to be online ways for students to find it and sign up for the events. But that's the purpose of the board of directors. And so Sean is going to be one for UAH. And we're right now in the process of finding these people. And so it's going to be fun. And coming up soon, we're actually going to be having Jenny on the podcast. So you guys look forward to that. Exciting stuff. So you guys stay tuned. And is there anything that you want to plug?
you guys are doing a great job. I would say, come join, be a leader, right?
Yeah.
Have already, like, you can get super cool leadership opportunity to, be and manage people and talk to the awesome people. So
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we've had a great time hearing all about your stuff.
Thank you.
And excited for the future.
Yep.
That
million. Best.
Yeah, the million users is going to come quicker than you expect.
Well,
that's right.
You gotta invite us to the million subscriber.
Oh, yeah.
Million user party. I like it. Yeah. Well, Kris, it's been great having you on.
Great to have you guys.
And like I said, you guys stay tuned for the next podcast. And watch out for what Kris has got coming, because these companies are going to turn into something really cool.
Yeah, and stay fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys have a good one.
Yeah.
Peace. Nice.